You must be living under a rock if you don't know that non-fungible tokens, NFTs, are the hot new things where you have seen, for example, Beeple sell digital art for $69 million. You've had Twitter's founder, Jack Dorsey, sell his first tweet for over $2 million. The next big thing that we're picking up is as far as sports and NFTs go. And we are, of course, a cricket-obsessed country. Someone's trying to take advantage of that by launching a marketplace for NFTs when it comes to cricket. And with that, I'd like to now invite my next guest right here on the channel. We're being joined by the guy who dreamt of having cricket and NFTs go together with permission from all the various leagues. Ankit Wadhwa, who's founded Rario. We'll be joined also by his investor. You talk about NFTs and cryptos in India. How can Polygon not be a part of it, right? So we're also being joined by the co-founder of Polygon, Sandeep, who's also agreed to give us this interview. Guys, it's always a pleasure to have people do new things on the channel. So thanks a lot for giving us your time. So Ankit, I'll come to you first because you're the one who started Rario. Tell us a little bit about NFTs and cricket and how you're doing it.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, let me start by, first of all, thanking you for having us here. And I mean, NFT is a very new concept that is only beginning to hit the shores of India. As you mentioned, digital forms of art and media are the first ones that have been made available as NFTs, which are in scarce quantities and can be bought by people. Now, what we are doing is we are taking this concept and merging it together with what we remember from our childhood as trump cards. So imagine having officially licensed trump cards of your favorite cricketers, of the favorite moments from their matches, playing out essentially in limited quantities, and you could be the one who has that one unique copy of a moment of a six that we all remember so much. So that's what we are bringing with Rario to cricket fans globally. And I think the intent is to do something which is slightly different from what we've all heard about what we've all heard when we hear about NFTs. What we hear is, as you mentioned, $69 million, $2 million. With Rario, our objective is to make this affordable, to make this appealing for the larger cricket fan base.
And Sandeep, coming to you, what appealed to you when it came to Rario? When I was talking to Ankit offline, he spoke about how it's the only legitimized marketplace that you're going to have right now as far as NFTs and cricket go. Is that what appealed to you?
Yeah, definitely. And the larger kind of the how the overall ecosystem is evolving, like NFTs are kind of becoming the sort of the medium which brings the masses into blockchains. And then we are seeing NFTs going absolutely bananas all across the space, like whether it's as a matter of fact, currently in Venice, and I was invited by Dolce and Gabbana, which is like to the level like a brand level of, let's say, Gucci or Prada or whoever, and they are also launching their collections as NFTs. And then this NFT is not really like a token or anything or investment kind of thing. This is more like a brands and celebrities and like any other businesses having loyalty and kind of engagement with their end customers. And of course, with sports, it's like a huge like any sport, like cricket is like, as you said, that we are a cricket obsessed country, and it made already like a like total sense for us to partner with somebody like Ankit or like with Rario, who have like Ankit as an entrepreneur has a absolutely stellar background. He has done it on the bigger stage, and then this part where you need official legitimized IP from the cricket boards and all that. You need somebody who's really experienced and all that. We have been speaking to a lot of teams who want to do this, but in our minds it was absolutely clear that Ankit and team are the ones who can do this. And overall as a business idea, it sounded like a no-brainer. Like, I don't know how many people in India know NBA Top Shots. they had done in the last 4 months $1 billion of revenue. Like NBA Top Shot is like the same thing what Ankit and team are trying to do for cricket. Although I think their platform and the engagement strategies are much more innovative than even NBA Top Shots, to be honest. So no brainer for us.
Yeah, in fact, on NBA Top Shot, we had seen LeBron's slam dunk, right, sell for over $200,000, if I'm not mistaken. So Sandeep, like you said, it's sports. You're seeing it. You're even seeing fashion houses, whether it's a Dolce & Gabbana or a Gucci, etc., that are doing it. But do you want to explain to our viewers, Sandeep, given your entire background and how you see things way before anyone else, that if anybody were to buy the NFTs that Rario will be selling on its marketplace, what they can do with it? Are they going to be collectibles? Or is it going to be like, from the time when I was a kid, we used to collect all these trump cards for WWF and cricket and exchange it among ourselves?
Yeah. So, first of all, for us Indians to understand this part, this rare collectibles or kind of the memorabilia market is not that big in India. And, I feel that, people say that it's not that big in India, but I also feel that as an Indian myself, we are also skeptical people in the sense that we will always be like, whether it's like a legit if I'm wearing a t-shirt and I have to spend 2,000 rupees on this or 5,000 rupees on it, is it like really a limited collection or somebody is just faking it and doing it? Because, this kind of, faking the artifacts is very, very common in India compared to, let's say, in Western first world countries and all that. And I think what blockchains offer is basically for brands and like sports and whatever, like celebrities to offer legit, provable, moments of connection, moments of engagement with their fans. And I have a hunch feeling that once you, first of all, like as a user or as a collector, you would have that, you would have full trust on it that, okay, if I am holding a Sachin Tendulkar NFT, it's actually coming from Sachin Tendulkar. Like imagine like the 2003 World Cup, Sachin actually, pulling Andrew Caddick, out of the ground, for a six. That moment is like, I think almost all of us were only six. It would be so cool if I could say that, hey, this video was officially released by, BCCI or ICC, whoever, and I am one of the 10 owners of this moment, right? So I can actually show that. So, and India also has a lot of rich people who would want to, show this as this thing. Plus fans also would want to collect the smaller moments, match by match moments for their engagement. But another part which I think will appeal to Indians is that previously this memorabilia was purely memorabilia. Like, you just buy something and then it is, in your showcase and anything. And if you have bigger investment or bigger money put into it, it's very hard to, go out and sell it. Especially in India where there is like too much of copying and all that. But now imagine you being in India, you have some of this asset, which is very legit and official. You are owning an official provable asset. And you have this global market available just via your laptop where you can list it in markets and you want to get out of it. Like, if you invest some money, you need that money back, you can get that. I think overall, there is a decent amount of possibility that we might see a kind of a start of a new market in India, especially when the disposable income with our, new generation, people who are working in IT and software and all that is like pretty decent. This might be a good. Yeah.
So Ankit, come in there. You just heard Sandeep saying that this market is going to take off in India. So far, we've not been so much about rare collectibles. So what is your USP? Because is it to go after the rare, super expensive collectibles, the once in a moment things that you see on the field in a couple of years in a World Cup, etc., or what is it?
What you will see with Rario are officially licensed collectibles, which are both videos as well as still shots. And just as Sandeep described, some moments are etched in our memories and are rare, and we would love to own certain, few quantities of it. So we will have a spectrum. I mean, of course, there are some cards, moments, NFTs, as you may call it, where we will have few quantities which will escalate in prices. but what we are launching is 4 tiers of NFTs. We've given them names similar to credit cards, starting with black on the top, gold, and then we have silver. What this allows is for the blacks and the golds to be scarce and rare and limited edition, where you would expect the prices to go up because of the scarcity and the demand supply dynamics. But on the silver one, the cards would be as low as $1 or $2, so about 150 rupees, which allows the broader collector base and the broader fan base to also own a piece of cricketing history or cricketing moments, as well as a piece of their fandom, as they participate on radio. So it's a good question, but the way we are looking at it is we are in a cricket dominating geography. South Asia definitely dominates cricket overall. I mean, of course, it's a global play, but in this part of the world, it is very important for us to have access to both ends of the market. I mean, if you're building only something for the ultra rich, then why do cricket in the first place? But at the same time, I think we address both sides.
Which are the cricketers that fall under the black category? And since you've gotten into business, how many NFTs have you sold? Have they all been sold in India? Because I know that many people involved in the crypto world like to keep their location undisclosed as well.
So, I mean, we've got official partnerships now with several big cricketers globally. We have Zaheer Khan, who's a brand ambassador and official partner in India. We have Shakib Al Hasan, who's actually the #1 T20 cricketer now, who's from Bangladesh. We have Faf Du Plesis, who's also our brand ambassador, as well as partner on the platform from South Africa. We have, in fact, Smriti Mandhana as well as Shafali Verma, who are the top 2 Indian women cricketers who also joined our platform. So these are names of individuals, and this list is only going to grow as as weeks pass by. What's equally interesting is we have partnerships with several leagues globally now. In fact, Caribbean Premier League is ongoing as we speak, and we are the official partners for Caribbean Premier League to launch moments from their sport. And I think what's very interesting is we've been launching moments over the last 15 days, and we've seen great traction. To your question on numbers, I mean, what we had planned as a pre-sale, which would have run for 14 days, sold out for 2 of the 3 products that we had in less than a few hours, and for all 3 products in 36 hours or less than that, which was very unexpected. I mean, we were hoping we'll go incrementals, get sales over 14 days and sort of see the traction grow as our platform is also tested. I mean, that's how you typically launch a platform. But everything just sold out in 3 days. Actually, in a few hours and 3 days for the one where we had a lot more inventory available. So I think, the traction has been phenomenal. We are in particular, I think, and this traction has not just been from India. It has been a distribution. Actually, I would say it maps the diaspora very well. We've seen a lot of people from the UK, from the US, from India as well, and from other countries where cricket is popular, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, etc., also in our purchases. To your question on people keeping their location anonymous, we actually do know the locations because we are taking telephone numbers of users, so you kind of get a sense of where the users are coming from.
Sandeep, it's ulta ho gaya. I thought everybody in the blockchain crypto world don't give phone numbers, they don't give contact information, everything is decentralized.
Yeah, this is different than that. This is basically end customer platform. Like this is not the Wild West that Ankit is building. Ankit is actually trying to build a real B2C platform for Indian cricket fans and global cricket fans. Like, I should not call it like Indian this thing. Like, right now whenever I retweet, like half of the comments are from UK and Australia, people looking to buy these NFTs and all that, and that's the additional advantage crypto offers. But I think many of Ankit would have the real statistics that how many people actually paid with credit cards and their banking systems. But I think that's a pretty decent percentage in terms of the early sales that Rario has done. Ankit?
Yeah. So look, the idea here is to bring collectibles to cricket fans. I mean, what we are building for is fandom. So far in cricket, outside of watching the sport, there's not been much of an engagement. I shouldn't say much, like the fantasy cricket players have clearly taken one sliver of it and said, yes, there is more cricket fans want to do, and they've started building on it. But I don't think fandom has been targeted yet. And that's what we are going after. This is, I think it would be a little unfair to club this as a crypto play. I mean, this is a fandom play, a collectibles play, and we accept both credit card as well as crypto payments, depending on which geography you come from and the acceptance in that geography. We, in fact, have had more than 65% payments happening through credit cards on our platform in the pre-sales that we have run. So, if there is a viewpoint that that anybody has that NFT equals crypto and that's the only way I can enter, that's not true. We are actually looking to change that. And I think that fits very well in the mindset of cricket fans as well.
Sandeep, is this the future? Why do we have to always say crypto or fiat? Sandeep, is this the future? Why do we have to always discuss either is going to be crypto and fiat will go away, or it will only be fiat and crypto will never come? Isn't this what is going to be the two that will survive together and live together?
Yes, midterm, that's the right thing. That is what is going to happen. A kind of a merger of these two, mechanisms existing together. And also, in India, like we and people like you, Nayantara, have to do a lot of hard work on this to explain to Indians that crypto does not mean cryptocurrency. Actually, this is one campaign I want to. Crypto does not mean cryptocurrency. Crypto means cryptography. Like cryptography is a computer science technique to kind of have these cryptographic methods where you can mathematically prove transactions on internet and all that, and that is what is problem. So the part of crypto which NFTs have, payments is only one side of it, but people fail to recognize is that NFTs are basically trying to NFTs is basically where you own something unique on blockchain. So ownership is being defined. What that thing is, whether it's a JPEG, it's an image, it's some quote or it's some tweet, it is being defined. So, and then how you are creating this, that is being done. All of that is being done by cryptography, not cryptocurrency. So in India, for example, Ethereum blockchain or Polygon blockchain, we both are not competing to be a currency. We are competing to be a technology platform. You very simply, for layman people, think of it as a decentralized cloud platform where you can deploy your code. So we have to do a good job in India. Otherwise, our governments will always be very scared of it, and then we will lose out on this technology. And thanks to people like Ankit who are trying to bring this revolution to doorsteps in Indian retail users. So yeah, we have to do a better job at this. Cryptography.
Yeah. Also, what platforms like Polygon bring to us in this way is it's actually an important point here, because NFTs are benefiting from the blockchain, and the way they are benefiting is now you have a ledger which is publicly visible. Anybody can go and check that this asset belongs to person X or account X. And as it transfers from one account to another, you can clearly see that on the blockchain. That's the technology side of the blockchain that we are utilizing and building consumer businesses on it, where Polygon becomes very exciting for us. And what Sandeep and team have created is the ability to do this at a very low cost. Right. So the biggest hindrance, as I was talking about, our silver tier cards being as low as $1 or $2, was that the transaction fee you had to pay to make some of those cards move around from one wallet to another would have been $10, sometimes $25. It is practically impossible for someone to spend, not logical for someone to spend $14, $15, $4 as well for something that's worth $1 or $2 as they're transacting it. What Sandeep's platform allows us to do is conclude the same transaction for as low as 0.1 cents. Right, so the scale of difference on how much cost is reduced is what is creating an ecosystem for players like us. Right, it's creating a platform where we can say now we can take it to consumers. Now we can talk about a broader market. Right, now we can talk about cricket fans. I mean, if you talk like a year and a half ago, this would not have been possible. In the same way, we would have still been talking about, the 69 million and the 2.9 million as being the primary segment that we would look to target.
And of course, maybe all of this will also take out forgery, right? Something that you have to deal with, the real world art that you see on canvases and sculptures and this, that, and the other. The potential is, of course, enormous. And we wanted to bring both of you here to talk about the first marketplace of sorts that you're actually seeing, endorsed by leagues as well, authorized by leagues as well, so legitimized as well when it comes to this cricket-obsessed country and NFTs. Sandeep and Ankit, thank you so much for giving us your time today on ET Now.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nayantara.